The Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has come out to react to what happened in the Canadian Parliament a couple of days ago when they honoured and praised an actual National Socialist, and in the most unsurprising development, somehow he managed to link it to Russian disinformation. Hello everybody, welcome back to Tousi TV. This is absolutely a set of skill sets that people like Justin Trudeau have. They're like a bunch of robots, scripted robots who just repeat the same thing. And regardless of what you ask him, even if you ask Justin Trudeau, how's the weather tomorrow? He somehow manages to turn it against, I don't know, the far right. Or if he was actually in Europe, he would say Brexit. But we have a video of him apologizing to an extent and saying how much he regrets clapping for the National Socialist. In case you don't know, basically a couple of days ago when Zelensky was in the Canadian Parliament, they found a Ukrainian-Canadian veteran, a soldier, and they decided to praise him. And then they brought him to the gallery. And then the Speaker of the House of Commons in Canada was reading from the note saying, yeah, he voted against, in the 40s, fought against the Russians. Yeah, the Russians were an ally at the time. But so it got embarrassing. And now this is the video we have from Justin Castro Trudeau.
Obviously, it's extremely upsetting that this happened. The speaker has acknowledged his mistake and has apologized. But this is something that is deeply embarrassing to the Parliament of Canada and by extension to all Canadians. I think particularly of Jewish MPs and all members of the Jewish community across the country who are commemorating Yom Kippur today. I think it's going to be really important that all of us push back against Russian propaganda, Russian disinformation, and continue our steadfast and unequivocal support for Ukraine as we did last week with announcing further measures to stand with Ukraine in Russia's illegal war against it.
I love how every time he's in trouble, this is his tone, and he just speaks so quietly for no reason. So somehow he managed to say, well, yeah, this is embarrassing for Parliament, for Canada, all of us. And then he said, because of that, it's important to fight against Russian propaganda. Yeah, but you did it. It's not disinformation to say you praised a Nazi. So unless he's implying that the Russians were so good at manipulating the Speaker's office and the Canadian authorities that it was actually the Russians who somehow convinced them to invite Hunker, the National Socialist veteran, because that would be a genius move, right? To embarrass Canada, unless he's implying that was the case. So we should fight against disinformation, because I would understand, sure, but I think he's implying that. So yeah, we've already been embarrassed, we've already apologized, but any other criticism going forward about what happened, any reminder of what happened a couple of days ago, is basically the Russians' propaganda. So let's fight against it. Let's not even talk about what happened this week. Let's just move on, and everything's fine. I mean, are you kidding me? Apparently there's another update later on I'm going to bring you guys, which is I'm just trying to get the footage. It's again from the Justin Trudeau's leader in Parliament, Corinne Gould, who decided to also try to erase history and rewrite history, which is 2 days ago. So if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure to do, because we're going to have a number of updates throughout the day on what's happening in Canada, but also, of course, in Britannia. Subscribe to the channel. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.